This tutorial will show how to use iBooks as an e-reader on your iPad. The first thing you're going to want to do is go into the iBooks app, which is the brown book icon on your screen. The first thing you'll notice when you go in there is you'll have a bookshelf, which will have the books that you are able to use and read in iBooks come up. You'll have some textbooks in here. You'll have some books that you might read for English class, like the Time Machine. But I want to go through a couple icons at the top of this screen. First of all, under Collections, if you click under Collections, you'll notice that two categories that show up are books and PDFs. Books in iBooks are what we call an EPUB format. You can also read PDF documents in iBooks. If I click on PDFs, it will bring me to another screen with all of the PDFs that I have available to read. If I go back to Collections and click on Books, I have the EPUB books that I can read. Also under Collections, you can create your own categories by just simply clicking New. If you wanted a category for your math class or history class, you can certainly do that as well. Also over to the right, we have two icons here. The one with the 4 squares will give you the bookshelf look. The other one will give it to you in a list view. And then finally, if we click on Edit, that will allow you to select books and basically delete or move those books. If you wanted to move a book into a certain category, you could click Move and it would allow you to do that. Alright, what we're going to do now is I want to show you how to use iBooks as an e-reader. So we're going to go into the Time Machine, which is a book you will be reading this year in English class. And when you go into a book, it will automatically take you to the page that you are at. And that's why mine opened up on page 29. I'm going to go back to the beginning of the book. And a couple things that are available here. First of all, to page through the book, okay, I can click on a chapter. I can simply slide page to page, going left or right, by gesturing with my hand either direction. As I'm reading a book, the neat thing about using iBooks is I can go ahead and hold and select anything that I'm reading and it will automatically highlight it. Notice after I highlight, I've got options that will come up to pick a color. I've got options to do a note card, which is right my own notes, and type this is a sample note. And you'll notice after I do that, it puts a little blue square next to my highlighted text, and that tells me that I have a note there. Other options, if you highlight, that will come up. You've got the arrow. It will allow you to define something or search for something. So let's say, for example, that right here I see this word monomania, and I want to select that word. So I'm going to select monomania, and I'm going to define that word. It automatically has a built-in dictionary, and that dictionary will bring up what the word monomania means. It's an exaggerated or obsessive enthusiasm or preoccupation with one thing. I can search the web for that word. So we have a built-in dictionary, which is a great feature. Also, if I select on anything, I could search for that. Is there any other place in this text where the word monomania comes up? So I'm going to hit search. It searches through the entire book, and it will find all the places where that word is used. Not a very common word. Does not show up anywhere else. If I were to select maybe a more another word that might show up more often, let's just say sentences, and I click search for sentences, it shows up a couple times in here, and I can go to any of those pages. Alright, if I wanted to go to this page, it will bring me to the word sentences there. So you can search for characters, you can search for anything you want in the book. The other thing you can do is you can bookmark a page. So if I click on this icon in the upper right hand corner, it will put a bookmark on that page if there's something that I want to remember or I want to come back to. So across the top, we've got the search, we've got the bookmark, the options to go back to the main screen. I can click resume, it'll take me right back to where I was at. The third icon in allows me to change the size of my print if I want this to get bigger. Okay, I can go ahead and do that. If I want this to get smaller, I can do that as well. Alright, also it will change the darkness or the brightness. There are 3 themes on the iPad. There's a night theme, there's a sepia theme, there's a normal theme. Font, if I don't like the style of font, I can select any of these different styles for me to read. So if I click on that second icon at the top, it'll bring me back to my home page. And now if I click on bookmarks, it will show me where I've bookmarked throughout the book. If I click on notes, it will show me everywhere I have taken a note in this book. And if I ever wanted to email those notes, and if you look here, I have the highlighted text, and then underneath it where it says this is a sample note is the note that I took. Icon at the top right hand corner now, I can email those notes to me. So if you take good notes as you're reading a book, it's a great study tool because I can email those notes to me and have a full summary of what I've read and the notes I've taken on that book. Now if I go to the upper left hand corner back to library, it will bring me right back to where we started. Some great interactive features with using iBooks as an e-reader, features that we're unable to use in a traditional way of reading, and hopefully this allows students to be a little bit more engaged as they read and more interactive as well.